Class 8 Supplementary English, Chapter 1, How the Camel Got His Hump, Second Part. Good morning, children. Yesterday we had seen that the ox, the horse and the dog were working for man, but the camel did not. The three of them complained to the man. The man asked them to work for the camel instead. And then they complained to the jinn of all deserts. Now let's see what the jinn does. The jinn rolled himself up in his dust cloak. Dust cloak. Cloak means dress, something to wear, some loose-fitting dress which is made of dust. Why? It is made of dust because he is the ruler, he is the master of the dusty desert. The jinn rolled himself up in his dust cloak and took a walk across the desert, found a camel looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. So the king went to find a camel. The jinn went to find a camel. The camel was in the desert and he was looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. Now, he was looking at his own reflection. It gives you a feeling that the camel is admiring himself. He is admiring his own look. He is pleased with his own look. "My friend," said the jinn, "what is this I hear of you, of your doing no work?" The jinn said that, "Yes, I've heard of you, that you had not done any work. What is this? Why is it so?" The jinn sat down with his chin in his hand. With his chin in his hand, you can imagine him cupping his chin in his hands, while the camel looked at his own reflection in the pool of water. So, what did the jinn notice? The jinn noticed that the camel was looking at his own reflection in the water. He is admiring his look reflected from the water. "You have given the three extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your idleness," said the jinn. And he went on thinking with his chin in his hand. So the jinn told the camel that because of your idleness, others are suffering. He is trying to tell the camel that you are the reason behind the extra load of work which is given to the others. Who are the others? There's the horse, there's the dog, and the ox. So the jinn was thinking with his chin in his hand. He was thinking what is to be done with the camel. "Hump," said the camel. I shouldn't say that again if I were you," said the jinn. "You might say it once too often. I want you to work." So the jinn said that if I were you, I wouldn't say that hump again. Instead, I would have gone to work. And the camel said, "Hump" again. But no sooner had he said it than he saw his back. Who saw his back? The jinn saw the back of the camel that he was so proud of, puffing up into a great big hump. "Do you see that?" said the jinn. "That's your very own hump that you have brought upon your very own self by not working. That means this is your hump. You have been saying hump, 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 and you have brought upon this hump on you. What has brought this hump upon you? You have brought it by not working. Today is Thursday, and you have done no work since Monday. When the work began, now you are going to work. So when did the work begin? The work began on Monday, and he had not been working." "How can I," said a camel, "with this hump on my back?" Now the camel says that now I cannot work because I have a hump on his back. Was he working without the hump on his back? No. It means that the camel is lazy. He does not want to do any work. Before he did not work. Now also he is not working. And the reason he gives now is that he has got a hump on his back. That has a purpose, said the jinn. All because you missed those 3 days, you will be able to work now for 3 days without eating, because you can live on your hump. And don't you ever say, I never did anything for you. Excuse me. Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave. Now, the jinn says that yes, you have a hump on your back, but it has a purpose. You had not worked for 3 days, and with this hump on your back, you can do your work throughout the day without eating or drinking. So this is how the hump is going to help you. So you go to the tree and start working and behave nicely. Behave as any other creature should behave. And the camel went away to join the tree. Now the camel has gone. Now the camel is ready to work. And from that day to this day, the camel always wears a hump. We call it hump now, not to hurt his feelings. But he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world. And he has never yet learned how to behave. So the camel started working. Now also you can see that a camel is working for man. His camels are known as the sheep of the desert. Camels are working, but they still have the hump. Now, this is a moral lesson to all of us. What is the message which is given by the chapter? The lesson tells us not to waste time. The time which is wasted is never going to come back, and you can never make up the loss. It is very difficult to make up the loss. Okay, so the camel still has the hump, and according to the writer, Rudyard Kipling, the camel has not behaved as he is expected to behave. So he still carries the hump on his back. This is the end of the chapter, and I will give you some questions for you to write down in your notebook. The first question is, how does the hump help the camel? How does the hump help the camel? What is the use of the hump? Second question is, what is the moral of the lesson? What is the moral of the lesson? Third is, did the camel admire his own look? How do you know? So these are the 3 questions which you have to write very neatly in your notebook. Use single-lined notebooks and please maintain it very neatly. Thank you for the day. Good day.